Today I made hamburger helper from my food storage. And to tell you the truth, I don't know what else to call this. But technically I'm correct on this one. I'm using those pork patties that I canned. And when you think about it, why the heck is ground beef called hamburger when ground pork should be called hamburger? So here's my hamburger helper dinner. I put the broth from the pork patties into a pot and added 3 bouillon cubes and 3 cups of water. I added about a handful of dehydrated carrots, about a handful of dehydrated peas, about a handful of dehydrated mushrooms, and a little over half a quart jar of egg noodles. I just let that simmer until the noodles were done. This whole meal took about 15 minutes. I put some green beans in a pot to warm up and some tomatoes in the other pot to make some tomato pudding. And I suspect that this tomato pudding is going to be something that a lot of you have never had. Just add a 1/3 cup of sugar, some salt, and some pepper, and bring it to a boil. The noodles are done now, so I smashed up the pork patties and added them to the pot. I mixed about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch in some water and added that to the pot, and then cooked it until it had thickened. Then I took 3 pieces of bread, broke them into big chunks, and added them to the tomatoes, and just folded in until the bread is wet. And the tomato pudding is done. And that's all there is to it. It's time to eat. So let's see how well the pork patties end up crumbled up and used as hamburger. It's absolutely delicious. This is the solution to my ground beef problem. I won't bother trying to can ground beef ever again. This crumbles up and retains its texture so well and everything that this is what I'll be using instead of ground beef in my food storage. And the tomato pudding is something that I love. So if you've never tried that, be sure to give that a try. The pork doesn't exactly taste like beef. It doesn't exactly taste like pork. It's kind of hard to describe, but it has a real good taste to it. And it's seasoned well enough when you can it that I didn't have to add any seasonings at all to this. No salt, no pepper, nothing. And it has an excellent taste to it, excellent texture. So that's how I cooked my hamburger dinner from food storage. I hope it helps.